start the stream. Check, are we live? It sounds loud to me in the headphones, but I don't know how loud it actually is on the output. Oh yeah, I can see the mix. It looks alright. Alright, back with another one of those block rockin' beats. Hey yo! We're back for some reason. We don't quite know what that reason is. Drinking more coffee. Ninja Turtles. There's 4 of us. Yeah, there was the one and the French one. And the guy with the... Oh no, they were Italians. Where did we get to yesterday? A grid of things. Little emitters. I was thinking about this in Master Splinter. Mikey. I was thinking that the step rate needs to be slower. I thought there could be a global clock. Whoa. For these so they all fire on the same frame. But one thing I realized, this being cell 15, this being cell 0, I think I figured out why everything's upside down and back to front. Because when we do this cell creation, I thought that Y up is positive. But this is not Daisy Trains, this is GMTK Game Jam. We're just making a game for fun with the engine. But hello, Robinson. I think I thought that Y going up meant thing, so somewhere I'm just doing things backwards. This grid to world, that's not wrong. But as Y goes up, what if I did that? This may break everything. Yeah, so that's still 0, 0. Okay, it's still going the wrong way. Why are things kind of laggy? Why is my mouse kind of laggy? Is it because there's like something in the way? Sucks, I should have restarted the computer, but I didn't. I just came straight back on. You've really got some deep knowledge of the Ninja Turtles. I remember drawing them as a kid. Right, brain, wake up. So we're starting at 0, 0. And then the coordinate is counting up. Then the grid origin is the middle of the screen. Is it plus world position? I feel like this is going to be like super wrong as well. Okay, so that's 0, 0. And then minus half the grid width. We're back in the middle. And that's 0, 0. And then this is probably all wrong. Yeah, makes sense. So I was under the assumption that Y is up, Y is positive up. Odin is C with a clear type system and a decent semantics, but it lacks the je ne sais quoi. Yeah, C is magical, whereas Odin is practical. I feel like Odin is designed to, with the use case in mind, like you probably want to do these things. These are the things that real things want to do, where C is just like, I don't know, man, you can do anything, just be careful. Well, north is -1, that's -1. South is +1, +1, and north is -1. So all these are inverted. And that's correct, -half cell size. Those should be right. Now it should go upwards. Bloody beautiful, mate. Oh, that's going, oh, but the X's shouldn't have been flipped. As we see, the X's were incorrectly flipped. Daisy Train Vlogs, Hughes Inspiration, thanks for being. Just being. Well, I'm glad to hear that. You know what? I'm like literally like just some dude who was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna just do stuff, not even knowing how. What if I just did stuff? How's the day been, Mikey, by the way? Hustling, doing game dev, and also making sure you have an income must be exhausting. Yeah. What's this this weird situation? Right now we've got a 5-month-old and she's a little bit under the weather and mum's a bit under the weather. Well, the mum was kept being like, just go do the stream, go do the stream. I'm like, you sure? She said, just go do the stream. She was like, just go do the stream. David Gilmour. Who's that? I'm going off. Oh, Pink Floyd, dude. That guy's super old, man. Thanks. This is like how I look during a game jam. Hey guys. If you're gonna say I look like a musical genius, then that's fair. Yeah, supportive partner, she's a legend. I'm also doing like, why is the mouse like glitching, honestly? Oh, is this gonna cut the thing out? Ooh. All you things in the way. Tell me the camera just died. It did. There's some USB hiccup where the mouse doesn't register every time. I'm gonna say, yeah, like trying to treat daisy trains and the game dev thing like it's a proper thing that is going to eventually work out, but then also like having to, you know, generate some income because life costs money. So doing that, we're doing a job for, actually got quite a cool job. It's a job for a charity foundation that's raising money to fix the hospital in Fiji, the maternity ward, because it was really old. Yeah, my partner is amazing. She's the kind of person that not only does things, she does incredible things. She just does them. But whenever I say something crazy like, I might learn how to make games, she's like, I think that's a great idea. Can't get enough of AI assistants. I constantly need to make money and I want it quickly, so I find myself working on AI assistants. Yeah, I don't really vibe with the AI stuff. I guess the point of doing this is not just to make money. It's to find fulfillment in making things. Here's the thing, I've spent a long time making other people's things for them. And I wanted to make something, you know, you learn all these skills along the way of how to help people make things. And then you think, oh, maybe I could make something. But it's hard. It's hard to make a thing and get it out there and make sure it's interesting and back yourself and like... Oh look, we cleared all those zeros. And it also, you got to make money. So, I don't know. I'm thinking of making it a bit more slower like this, but my real plan is yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've been lucky enough to like get up and go into my own studio and do work that I actually kind of enjoy. Even the video work, like, it's been a long time and it's kind of getting old, but I realized that there's much harder jobs out there, or much more like demanding jobs of your time and your energy. And so I'm truly grateful for that, and having a wonderful family is, you know, yeah, you're right, we already did win, correct? Random person in chat. Okay, so my idea for the game is, if I take a screenshot, I like how the screenshot button doesn't work first time, or even maybe second time. Oh, there it is. Let's get this window. Okay, mark up. Don't know what that means. What's happening? I love that, I love it. Okay. So my idea is that, like, over here, there's a perfect square like this, where you've got like your gold, however much, lovely, look at that. The mouse is glitching, gold. So basically, whenever you get a point, it gets stored over here. And then there's this is like a shop, and there's like sections. And the emitters, say that this is like the emitter section, and it rolls like emitters for sale, emitter. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but this is all I could think of. Emitters, and it rolls a set of them, and they're random, like one going that way, one going these two ways. There's different combinations, so you're kind of a little bit resource strapped. And they're very expensive. And then there's like reflectors or repeaters over here, and they also cost points. Yeah, if you've got a bank account and food in the fridge, you are like in the top 1% of the whole world or something in terms of like actual wealth. But I think we get, yeah, it's easy to get like lost trying to create like this reality of all these things like money and possessions and stuff. I like count it as how much time do you get to spend doing things you're fascinated about and spending time with people you care about, you know? So why am I streaming this? I care about you guys. I'm fascinated with this stuff. Wife is sleeping. And then there might be like a reroll button that costs some money to like re-roll the emitters, and then you just got to build a little thing. Yeah, where you live definitely makes a difference. Why is this bugging out? Off. And then you're like, I'm complaining that my mouse is hitching. Gotta put it in perspective. Okay, if I take that out, it might just be some other thing. Probably stop the thing again. Video logic. Okay, the thing just doesn't work for some reason. Why do you just not work for some reason there, friend Adam? Have you come detached from your master? Mousy. Oh yeah, mouse is back. Feels a little bit more responsive. Okay. Loving what you do gives you more care to your mental health. All the entities were ASCII, and I really like the idea. Again, oh, I love ASCII. Okay. So to build this requires a UI panel, a system for the shop, system to be able to buy things. Quite a lot of stuff actually. Real positive stream today. I thought of something that where the like waves cancel each other out and stuff, but so this is going to be different. Also, I think it's going to be like one thing per tile. Because right now I think you can put things like this and it's going to have weird interactions. If I re-roll this. Shaders in what? In daisy trains? Oh, you guys. If I put this, it does, okay, it should create a wave on the thing. Emitter, wave create, emitter chord. Okay, so it creates a wave. So is this happening after waves update, emitters update? So emitter creates a wave. It puts it on the origin and then it moves it. So perhaps we could also, I mean, we could cell register hit and then move it. Does this make too big a difference? I just think that the thing should also hit the and daisy trains. Gotta admit, I don't understand what the game is about. This game. The game is about making all these numbers go down by building satisfying combinations of little doohickeys. Get this number to 0, and that's what the game's about. And trying to create like satisfying, effective ways of clearing lots of cells at once. feel like this is like building. Does it get stronger and stronger? Like every time this makes one, then all these carry it on. This makes one, and then that continues it. So every single one creates one more. So they're getting brighter and brighter. And it's like going down multiple numbers. The shaders and daisy trains, I'm just sort of working them out. Sometimes I have to ask LLMs for help for complicated shaders. It's going 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, more than 10. So it's building. Okay. Progress approach. All right. How long do we actually have in this? 1 day, 18 hours. How much complexity do I want to introduce? So emitters takes in directions, and if the emitter exists, just return. So one thing per cell. And then we should probably say on the cell, like, what if it has a thing. None emitter repeater. If cell dot feature does not equal dot none, do return false. So that failed. Otherwise, cell dot feature equals yeah, I don't know, I just kind of like, I hear baby crying, that's not a good sign. Supposed to be asleep. I don't have my phone on me. Maybe I'll open little window down here with WhatsApp. All right, I'm in Communicado. I am Not incommunicado, incommunicado. I'm gonna create this check shouldn't matter then. Oh no. Okay, she says they're alright. They're gonna have a shower. We're just make an emitter. And then repeater. Yeah. What's over here, Pippa Joe? Oh, hello, little skipper. Yeah. Hi, hi. This one over here. What's that one over there? That one there. Hi, hi, hi. She's so cute. Are you so cute? Are you looking at all the things? Yeah? Got anything to say on the mic? You're gonna grab it. Yes, good girl. Yeah. Yeah, baby turtle. She's got little chickens on her vest. Did you wake up from your nap a little early? Yeah. Oh. You feeling a little grouchy? Yeah. She's so strong. Yeah, that's you. That's you and me. You were on the stream before. You were real little. You were just new. Yeah. Hey, Beska, what are you doing down there, big boy? Yeah. Yeah, you're a good girl, ain't ya? Ain't ya? Daisy baby. Baby trains. Then this is real streaming. IRL streaming. Huh? YouTube. Ba 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 ba. You got some bubbles. You want to play with the microphone, don't you? There it is. Yeah. What else we got in here? What other fun stuff do we have? Mainly choking hazards. Britzel? Not quite eating food yet. Baby trains. Yeah. Can we go? She's doing well. Stream numbers going up.
Oh yeah. Baby content.
Alright, YouTube is not receiving enough data. I don't know.
I'm gonna share. Do you want to go in the bathroom?
Okay. Come, Biscuit. Come, doggies. To the beans. In. What's this? Come. You coming in? In. Come. Alright, you stay out. Come on. Come on. In. Come. Come. Well, in you go. In. It's the other baby. That's the other more angry baby. What do you see out there, eh? Instantly see someone out the window. Family madness. Oh yeah, so it was the okay, so same thing, cell, okay, equals grid get cell. Oh, we've already got the cell. Well, this one takes a cell. If cell add feature of the cell of type repeater, do return ret run, and then don't worry about this. So we shouldn't be able to. Yeah, sometimes she talks like wow. So now I shouldn't be able to add another one. No, I can't. So only one thing per cell. Lovely. Oh, sorry. I always do that. So I'm thinking about config, game config. Sorry guys, my bad. It's a little bit of slow stream. It says it in the title. Middle-aged mutant ninja tortoise. Okay, let's just go straight in and go new file, game shop, and we are really going to hopefully maybe do it in the quickest way possible. So shop is a struct. It's going to have say emitters, which is like her emitters in shop. It's emitters in shop big of emitter, but we don't actually want it to be emitter. We want it to be like an emitter thing. Yo, Andy, we haven't really made much progress. We were doing we had a bit of family stuff, family matters. You know, we're on slow mode. But you know, how's progress with you? You working all weekend? Or are you gonna have a dun day off? Emitter, for lack of a better word, archetype. This is like 8. Emitter archetype It's a dumb word. What is it for? Like emitter. So in here we had some emitter archetype. Which is a struct which holds like directions. Well, I guess it is the same. It is kind of like emitters. I don't know what the difference is yet, but I'm like, maybe there'll be one. Directions is a bit set. A direction. Always lots to do. 1 month. Exciting. Man, that Trains Fest really had zero impact on Wishlist, I think. Oh, hey, I keep clicking there. I'm just going to look at it and not tell anybody. See if it actually had an impact, but I don't think it did. Mikey, it's 2 a.m. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Wish the baby family good health. Stay healthy. You stay wealthy too. Thanks for the wise words and being a chiller. It's been good to have you here. We appreciate it. Yeah, since the launch of the thing, this Trains Fest literally did zero because it was like in page 5 of upcoming, so no one cares. So there's that. It's good to have things. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Update frequency, which is an int. What else do we need for emitter? I was thinking of doing like wave lifetime, which is, and then this pretty big numbers for something. No demo, yeah. So many games. It's all good. It was good enough to like force us to put up a Steam page and commit to all that stuff. I still think it's more likely going to be like something like Metropolis 998, where it's like clearly a dev making a game and it's a little bit of a process on Steam, updating it as it goes. That's more my method. There's no real difference between this wave lifetime, so we don't really need this archetype. We can just have an emitter. Link to the Steam page, itch demo, of course. Yeah, exactly. And having that everywhere, just getting that process going. So everything you do now can at least point people to something. Getting a bit of branding done and all that was all good. Except the people pointing out that the train on the main artwork is like on the wrong part of the tracks. I just kind of eyeballed it and didn't really think about it. And they're like, oh, you know, the wheels are supposed to be inside. It's like, oh, I put that in like 50 places. Oh, talking points. I posted on our trains and they were like posting diagrams of how wheels work. I was like, oh dear. But that's all good stuff, you know, I think. Okay, so this can just be an emitter. Say we'll just start with emitters in shop, and we can say shop draw proc, starting with the basics. Shop rect. Sounds like some loud noises going on there. This game jam idea. Okay, so it's like number go up, but number go down. So you got this board of like whatever number is in each cell, like each cell has a value. And then you got a shop and you can buy little widgets that, like for example, this one emits a wave every X seconds, and everything the wave touches, it takes the number down. So this overall remaining number, you're trying to get to 0. But every number that you go down here goes into your points that you can spend in the shop. And you can do things like a reflector that will reflect the wave on. So the idea is to build up like big combos and harvest more and more. I don't want to use the word because I've never played an incremental game, so I don't want to say this is an incremental game. So I don't even know if that's what it is. But I guess the general premise of like starting small and harvesting gazillions of points, yeah, is the idea. And trying to create combos where there'll be expensive ones that go on starbursts and ones that, you know, and it becomes like a little audio visualizer thing as well, because each of these will have a little tone maybe. And beep, beep, beep. So shop X equals will come in some percentage of the screen. I'm just going to check. Okay, those are happy noises. Screen width equals Jenny.get screen width. Screen height. Get screen height. Oh, one thing I wondered about. Whatever. Shop X equals screen width. Why is my thing not working? Times 10% of the screen width. So shop X, shop Y. I love doing UI because you kind of start doing this and you realize, oh, I kind of need to know. I kind of need to know the overall height of the thing and the width of the thing, and in order to be able to get the thing. Shop Y. So this should really be some... Okay, maybe we'll do centered. First ever decremental game. Nodding. The thing. Yeah. You need the thing. Okay, we'll do shop center. Shop width. This is how we build UI with our crazy UI system. That's kind of crazy. How easy it to use Odin plus Raylib? As far as like, if you want to build something low level, then that's one of the easiest combinations to get started with. You literally just make a file, import Raylib and go, you know, and it builds and everything. There's no added steps. So definitely Raylib is a good place to start if you want to get into it, if you're wanting to get into it. Okay, shop width equals 500. Is it good to hard code this? How big are people's screens? Shop height equals 1,500 or something. Screen width screen height, those are fine to get. Then shop X center, screen width, let's say shop width plus some margin of like 150 or something. Shop width over 2. Shop Y center is screen height over 0.5. Shop X genie.rect centered around shop rect2 of shop X center and shop Y center. And then shop width, shop height. Perfect. There's not a type equals. Okay. So it doesn't like this being of the type int, this x32 of shop width over 2 plus 150.0 f points shop width. Of course these have to be told to be f32s. Okay, and then we can say draw genie.rect 2d draw 2d rect of the shop rect. Color can be some slate, dark slate gray, and the radius can be quite big, 30, be quite big. The border color can be genie.slate gray, light slate gray or something, I don't know. Game. Shop draw. So hopefully we get a rect on the left. Boom, there's the shop. Perfect. Why is dark slate gray and light slate gray not even the same? Why is this green? Shop width. Okay. Then so this is this rect cutting thing. So this is, we'll call this the panel. So we could call this panel rect, right? Panel rect. So this is the implementation. Now say we want to like inset on some content. Rect equals genie.rect pad, and we pad the panel rect by some amount, right? And now we draw the content rect, and we can say genie.brightness of genie dark slate gray, and we can make the border a little less. So hopefully here we get a inset thing that just looks lovely. All these colors will be like some config thing, so we can actually change them, and I'm just putting something together. One thing is the radiuses. I don't exactly know how to make them 15. How do you do radiuses? So you just eyeball it and be like, okay, that's the shop. We don't really need this inset thing. Now I'm just playing with it. Alright, shop. Now we've got the content rect. we can just pad this a little bit less and say we want a title rect equals Jenny.rect. We cut the top rect of the content rect some height of like 100. Now it's going to cut us off a title top bit. That's kind of cool. Bam, 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 bam. I feel like I want to make them darker. Anyway, whatever, colors. So that actually mutates the content rect and slices it. Well, magnificent bastard Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius! Maximus! Where have you been? Rome is falling to the Senate. What bloody good, mate? How are you? Okay, so emitters rect. Genie.rect cut top. Again, we'll cut the content rect again by like 300. Emitters rect. Rect. Maximus. Oh. Yeah, and then you carry on. Say emitter title rect equals Genie.rect cut top the emitters rect. Cut that by 100. And then emitters title rect. What did I do? Emitter. Oh, chili is so annoying. Will you one day try to make game that seems like say we're Chris Sawyer? Yeah, it's just too high level. Okay, let's just throw some text in here. I'm going to draw the text after, because right now the batching system's broken, but we can maybe fix it because we've got so much time. Genie.text, draw formatted wrapped, Genie. Whoa. Can you hear that? Default font. Shop. The rect is the title rect. The base color can be Genie.black for now. Antique white. I don't know. 0 and dot center and dot center. I don't even think we need this formatted thing. Shop. There it is, the shop. Perfect. Chili! Sorry, that's a habit I have. Do. And then do this again, but say emitters. This is a strange game. Hey, wrong rect. Emitter title rect. Title rect. That's what I wanted to call this game. Rect wrecker. Oh, we need to then also see in here. You can just say like Genie.pad. I think there's an XY one. XY pad X by the emitter's title rect, and we'll put like 20 on it and 0 on it. emitters. Shop emitters. There they are. Making a game on your very own programming. Yeah. I think that's where we're going. We're going full blow style. Okay, so emitters, rows. This is where it might get a little dicey. Genie.rect, split vertically. The rect is the emitter's rect. The amount is 2 and the gap is 3. And then emitters, right. Then we need to say 4 row in emitters rows. So this goes back a slice of things. This rect splits the rect and gives you back a slice, and it just does a temp allocation. Just so we're clear, rect emitters, J-blow. Rect wreckers. So there's 2 rows and we're going to cut them. So this is kind of annoying because we kind of need to build the columns and do all the business. I guess we can just say emitter columns is a, because now we're like emitter columns, we can say index here. We can say emitter row count equals 2. Emitter row count, and then emitter row count, but it's going to be like, you can't do that because that's not a constant, so we'll make it a constant. Okay. Emitter columns is an emitter row count of genie.rect, and then index equals genie.rect. This might not work. Rect split horizontally the row. The int is emitter in shop over 2. The gap is 3. So this is supposed to be a slice of rects. Whoa, did that work? Okay, so I guess we can say 4 row in emitter rows. Genie.draw 2D rect. Okay, we don't need to actually draw the rows. We can just say 4 column in emitter columns. Genie.draw 2D rect column. Genie.dark slate gray. I will make it blue. Why not? Border of 3.0. Genie.dark slate gray. I don't know. So this rect slice, the column and emitter columns, 4 rect in column, rect, get rect. Hey, it actually worked. Looks hideous. Maybe we need more. Better. We need to pad the emitter rows equals emitter row content equals genie.rect. Pad of the emitters rect by like 10, and then this is the emitter row content. Yeah, perfect. How is that dark slate blue? These colors are not the colors. Oh yeah, there they go. She sounds like a cat. Emitters title rect. I don't know if you guys can even hear the music. Is it quite quiet? Is everything quite quiet? What's our levels like? We kind of need a cool font. And then you could do something for this, like color equals dot point in rect. Get the mouse all the way up here. Genie point in rect, the mouse position and the rect equals genie dot dark slate gray or genie dot light slate gray, light cyan. Color. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, wait, it's backwards. Genie point and rect, yes? No. Other way around. Yeah. Make an LLM from scratch. Make these guys rounded, brother, rounded. Yeah, that UI. The gap, it takes into account the gap as well. It's quite unsatisfying. Let's make the gap 0 and see what happens. I wanted to build like a UI builder. That'd be cool. Oh yeah, that's better. Beep, 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 beep. These colors are hideous. Okay, now just repeat the whole thing. Emitters. Repeaters. So it's going to be the same thing, I think. Copy this. Beep pop beep pop pop beep pop pop beep pop 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 pop. We'll use emitters in shop again. And then we can do this is emitters. Is this not the purest way of making games? How many mistakes did I make? Let's just find out. Hey, not that many. Yowza. Oh, we also want to... how much dineros we have. Let's do a thing called game config, because it's like, why write the hard thing when we can do something that's more fun, like shop UI, shop background color, shop UI, shop outline color. We start with 2 of these. Shop text color. Oh yeah, we also need to build a pop-up link. Seeing you write UIs from scratch makes me want to praise once more the benefits of using clay. That wasn't fun and kind of easy, and you know, he hates it. Should really take a look at it once the jam is over. Yeah, probably. I can get started with these. The only thing that sucks about this is it'll be have alpha of 0, which is annoying. Why would you paste like that? Okay, white. Game shop. Config equals genie.config get cached. You know, I don't know if you saw in the devlog, I was like talking about animating all the cargo containers. And I was like, oh, it's super easy in the engine because of the way the engine works. And I was like, I wonder how easy it'd be in like Godot. And so I was playing around with it, and the answer was it's kind of easy to set up, but then it's hard to get into the details of it. That's how I feel about that. I was like, oh man, but then also there are some other details, like you make the cargo containers instances, so that just drawing the instances, right? But then I don't think there's anything to distinguish whether the instance is static or dynamic. So perhaps after it had done the animation, the frame rate stayed on the animation frame rate, whereas in Daisy Trains, like the animation happens, and then they all get converted to static, and they stop being buffered, they stop being processed. Yeah, I mean, it's much more easy to work with. So when we draw this, let's say that we draw it at the config.shop background color, and we'll just do all these as the config.shop outline color. And then this, oh, it's raining, man. It's a rainy old weekend. Config shop hover color, and we can do that there. Then when we draw this text, it can be dot text color, not shop dot config dot Okay, is all that good? Unity, Unreal, William is supposed to be general purpose engines. Config, game config. Oh, nice. Shh, go away. Okay, so the shop background color. Shop outline color. Shop background color. Shop text color. And shop hover color. Oh, I missed one. Shop outline color. Shop background color. Everything's quite gray and drab. Bum bum ba-dum. Maybe we go with something a little more fun. Oh, that's very fun. Super orange, super brown. Everyone loves a brown thing. It's like corduroy. We missed one. It's this one. Need to build a secret cheat code to enable McDonald's. We don't have our lovely thing. The shop title, I think we need to, the title rect, title, maybe we'll cut that and then we'll say title, call this the title bar rect. And then the title shop rect can equal genie.rect cut left, the title bar rect, the width of like 100. And then we'll draw this title in title shop rect. I quite like it like that, like maybe don't draw the title bar rect. And then we want to get the amount of, so points equals get game dot grid dot total points minus, so we don't actually store this anywhere, do we? Grid, I guess we could say total points, remaining points, because we calculate it but then we don't store it. Remaining equals 0, we add them all up, remaining plus equals sell value, and then we draw remaining. We could say grid dot remaining points equals remaining. So in the shop, this can be grid dot total points, grid dot. I guess we can get the grid equals get game dot grid minus. Why does it do that? Grid dot good remaining points. Grid. Right. So then we need to do this again. Import it's going to be 0.0. Perfect. We needed title points rect. Did we not make it? Title shop rect. And the title bar rect. Bar rect. Shop points 0. Doesn't need to be split in each of them to be drawn. Maybe draw the shop rect and title bar rect. Perfect. Genie dot rect pad xy rect pad x by 30. Points 0. Okay, so when we do this, points go up. Secretly, you thought it was just a numbers go down game, but it's also a numbers go up game. What happens if we make this window resizable? I guess we just don't. Dun dun. Incredicremental. Oh, I'm overloading on this thing. We're over bright. How long is this taking? 2 milliseconds. It takes as long as it takes to render a full 3D frame of daisy trains. I think I can change that. Because we do this here. If I just made another loop. All I did was move this to here. And change this to this. It goes down to 800 milliseconds. Oh yeah, that's the remaining count. That's when I, is it, do you mean like that? That's the, yes, debug menus. I can put that needs to go down and be bigger, eh? I think if a wave hits a emitter, it stops. I think we need to go real bold with these colors. We need to go real bold. First off, we'll make the base color more brighter. The modulo factor more hectic. Kind of. Don't know if I like it. Cell text color we're not using. It kind of needs to be dark so the things light up. Doom, 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 doom. Maybe it was better before. Down, 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 down. I think the waves need to have their own color. Yes, big remains. It's crappy bitmap font, so we need to load some tasty big font. Right now the font scaling thing is, I think we're gonna have to like font it up a little bit. We're gonna have to just load fonts per size that we want to use. Maybe we can use one big font and then, oh, there's some issues with scaling though, isn't there? This little thing where they like go beep 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 and they just keep making more and more. This is so silly actually. Oh. Do I still have wave count? I don't think I do. These are chopping them down. Yeah, it's getting brighter and brighter. So it's hitting like, yeah, it's massive. So waves need to die. Cell color decay rate. All right. On with the mission. So we got the UI for shop. Perfect. Shop height doesn't need to be so high anymore. Unless there's more things to buy, which there might be. Maybe we can roll some random emitters. Start with something like that. Okay. Shop roll content. Shop equals shop. Shop. So all the shop's got is some emitters. So for emitter in chopped up emitters, we'll roll a random emitter. Here we're probably going to need some artwork or something to be able to visualize this. We need to, I guess, say, like, make the emitter just nothing. So yeah, okay. So this says there's a 20% chance. This music's epic in my ears. So there's a 20% chance to add a direction to the emitter, okay? And then when we draw, how can we visualize these emitters? Also, because this is like, I guess these rects are the size that they are. I was like, first off, whoa, do we really have this font? I can't take it. On the platform, we set window visible. Maybe we won't do this and see if it's movable. Oh no, now it's Genie. Okay, so now, oh nice. Perfect. What? Okay, so we won't make it movable right now. There could be some things. Hey, was that off? Was there no... this all that time I was making screenshots and things, I didn't even have multi-sampling, super sampling on. Okay, no probs. Let's not do that thing where we leave a little bit at the bottom. So it's kind of... okay. Oh, is this Genie engine again? Oh, it doesn't... OBS kind of doesn't like that. Maybe we will keep that in. These are the things that become painful when shipping. This works on my screen, but like, what if I wanted it to be 0? So it runs on the other screen. What happens? It just doesn't. Default monitor. If length of connected monitors is greater than 0. See, this is some weird buggy stuff. Okay, so that does go down there. This is me introducing mega bugs on people's computers. Okay. So if it's on a smaller size screen, the whole thing just breaks. Okay. No biggie. Oh, bruh. It doesn't break, it's just the cells are broken. What does this do? Oh, it did it over on that screen. Oh yeah, and this is in 1080p, so you can see that these cells aren't scaled. Neither is the shop. How do you scale things? How does one scale a thing? Does this mean like you have to scale every rectangle you draw, or just the first shot rect? Oh, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You can go screen size, screen width. So what if you were like max screen width 3840? I mean, someone tried to play this on a weird monitor, it's just gonna break. Max screen height 2160. Scale width equals screen width over max screen width. Man, shut up. Not maybe just this error messaging. What are you? U32. Well, this is... Okay, whoa. This should result in the same thing on this screen, but if I change this to be like oh, 0, 1, 2, what happens here? Oh no. Yeah, it goes over on that screen, which is 1080 for some reason. Because I got the bad cable. Okay, so the shop gets smaller. So small that it... So you do have to scale everything. Cool. So is this... She alright? She alright? Oh, dog barking is all we need. Jobless. Jobless. So, do we then have to do this all by scale width? Or scale height? Jelly! She's okay. What did I just scale? Emitters rect. Okay, so the emitters rect did get scaled. Whenever we do a thing, should it have some... I guess the scale is going to be the same, right? If I do this, the scale is going to be the same percentage because they're both 16 by 9. Scale W, it's... Whoa, okay, 0.48 because of something I did. Okay. Let's just do away with that and just do scale W because they're close enough. We'll just go scale. So does this all have to be done by scale? Scale? Okay, okay. Seems like quite a big scale difference. I feel like we're doing the scale by the scale. Panel rect equals shop shop width. Abort. What's your problem? Then we need like times scale. Times scale. I feel like there needs to be like a core scale that you can set in Genie, and then it just multiplies everything and all these things by the scale factor or something. This feels like it's just a reason why this maybe doesn't work. Why this project is doomed. These should all be just values as well, rather than writing them in everywhere. Why are there so many values? And should have expected to scale everything by some kind of constant scale factor. Yeah, you would assume rightly. Okay, so it's starting to look correct. I don't know if you can see over there. It's kind of cut off, but it is starting to look correct-ish. And then all this text. So this is a problem with this. Is this text is just not. If we just draw center, we can have a size. Draw center, position. Sorry, I left that on. And then the scale is the scale. I guess that's what I like. I like trying to make things out of like whatever you've got lying around, you know? That's why I like this process, like in cooking or whatnot. Yeah, well, if you were using Genie, you wouldn't use Genie because it's sort of like a homemade thing. It's not like very... It's where clay would shine, yeah. What am I doing? All right, scaled. Scaled to 1080p, although this is now centered, so we no longer have left align as a concept. In the little shop, title shop rect, I want this to be inverted. Everything you're doing with seems generally intuitive. I'm not saying you should release it. Oh yeah. Well, it's just kind of like, I don't know. All I can really do is like do what I'm trying to do and then try and do what I want to do and get it to do what I want it to do. And you kind of learn like, oh, what I want to do is either dumb or smart. Like, oh, you shouldn't make things work that way. And yeah, basically like the whole UI scaling thing is you probably just want it to work. You don't want to be thinking too much about it. Like, this is a pretty manual way of writing UI. But before this, there was no UI. So this is like step one of like, how does UI work and figuring it out. I guess you could just go, I'll just use clay, and you just get clay and use it and it works. And you go, I don't really know how it works, or I know how to interact with it, and that's good enough. And that is like probably good enough. I guess I just haven't really done that. Done that with the UI. It's just kind of a fascination thing of how it works. And I always want to know, like, what's the difference between like the conception of how difficult it is and how difficult it is really? Because if it really is difficult, then it's like, okay, maybe it's worth just using someone else's thing. Like, dear, I am GUI to do the editor UI. Like, there's no point in writing all those widgets and things. But then for game UI, I don't know, I'm like, can you find a way to do something that works for you that also creates something that's kind of like interesting and fun? What was I doing? Yeah, I know that. It's just the layouting. Oh, that's not what I want. I want this to be shop text color. And this still can be the outline color, but the shop text to be the shop background color. Shop, there it is. So technically, if we go back to Genie and we stop doing this, and we bring it back on the screen, it should be the same as it was. Yeah. Nice. Watching the source, I mostly do web dev with a little bit of desktop. Oh yeah, nah, I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I agree with you. Just like somewhere, this UI layout thing is somewhere between nothing, like nothing works, and like clay's over here, and this is like a step towards what clay might be, and you're kind of figuring out, because I'm always trying to figure out like what do we actually need versus like anytime you interact with a library or a framework or something, it has what you need probably, but you only need like 10, 20, 30, 50% of it, and then it's got a whole bunch of other stuff that it's like, oh, you might need this and this as an edge case and whatever, and that's fine. Like Raylib has a lot of stuff you need, but it's also doing stuff under the hood that you like, I don't know whether I need that or not. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I like my little blobby UI. And now it works on multiple displays, as long as they're not really comparable to something like Raylib. Yeah, nah, I know. I remember looking at clay. This was my experience with clay. I went, clay looks so cool. I like that guy, and he's talking about his thing, and he makes it seem like real easy to use. And then it's like, it's written in C. So the way you use it is like you hack together these kind of big macro-y things. I was like, cool. And then I was like, cool, okay, well, I'll try it. I got it. It's like, it's just a header. You just put it in and use it. And then I used it, and it just didn't compile on MSVC. And it was like giving me errors. I'm like, what do these errors mean? I went to the Discord. I was like looking around. It's like, I don't know, fix it yourself. Oh, well, it didn't work. I'm sure the Odin bindings look good. Maybe I'll look into it, just save myself the hassle. Raylib's great for like, I think Raylib is trying to get you involved, and then it's like little training wheels, and you get started and you start making stuff, and then you start being like, how can I do this? It's like, well, I don't know, figure it out. Is that the same thing that I was just complaining about? All right, so we were at Game Repeaters. I mean, we're at the shop. And we go shop roll content. We don't really have a way of displaying what these things are. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it could be not. I guess, yeah, because if you learn like some system, if you build some system and figure it out, and you get it in your head of like, oh, okay, this is fundamental, these are the fundamentals, and then you go to use like clay, and then you're like, oh, they've taken it like to a point where they like have solved a lot of the more tricky problems for you, and you're like, yeah, but I fundamentally get what's going on, so I know how to use it. I don't know, maybe just use it. Stop messing around with all this rec cutting crap. But anyway, UI done. So it's too late now. Do I do like some make something? The UI system is in general very quite like immature. Even like texture, it does do texture drawing. It's not very well optimized. If I make a new dock that is pixels like 256 or 512 by 512 or something. And here's like, do we want to be like packing things and being all clever and stuff? Low-level UI API, you haven't created proper layouting API which calculates the scales and size of stuff for you. Yeah. Let's make a bigger thing. Oh, this is gonna be sucks. Transparent. If I wanted to make a little thing, a rectangle, and then be like a trapezoid. It's interesting that stroke goes beyond the borders, doesn't it? I guess I can do stroke inside. Where is like rounding? How do you do rounding on this thing? Left point. Oh. Okay. Right point. Surely there's some rounding situation going on here. Negate. Uh-huh. Come on, bruv. I want you to be better than this. What's the theme and how's it going? Hefix. The theme is counting down, and it's going medium. Whoa. Counting down till we're like, this is a bad idea. I'm going to spend the weekend with my family. Why is there no rounding? The trapezoid tool. Yeah, the trapezoid tool. Cat tool. Maybe we need to put cats. A cat is an emitter. Perfect. Oh, it changed again. Changes every 1 minute. Right now we're making art. Kinda. Okay, so this is the game. Boom. Boom, this is the game. A board with numbers on it. And then over here you got a shop. And you'll like buy an emitter that kind of emits in a direction. You'll go beep, 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 and it starts harvesting the points. And then you can buy a thing called a repeater, and it will repeat the wave. So you're like gathering points to use in the shop. And then you keep chaining them on, and you're trying to like have emitters that emit in multiple directions and make combos and go faster and whatever. Yeah. I just wanted some little visualizer for the thing. Trapezoid, you're out. What other things we got? A diamond? A diamond. got a midpoint. Seems weird that they don't have rounding. Surely there's a rounding. Like on the triangle tool. I guess you could just convert it to curves and... Ah! Thinking they're little speakery things. Maybe I can use the trapezoid. Well, that's funny. It's always the same way around. So if there were two of them, and one was over here, what about the corner ones? What is the degrees that we're talking here? It'd be cool if they were like that little speakers going build, 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 build. So this needs to be a bit smaller. This is where we get into like, why are we messing around with this so much? I find the radiology tools in this really bad. So what is it, 135? Yeah. 2D, yeah. 2D, yeah. I don't know, the 2D situation is pretty rough in the old mate engine. Do we need to make all of these every single variant? That seems like a lot. This seems like a problem. I mean, we could just draw it with rectangles in the game and be all like, whatever, man. Do 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 do. Yeah. Use mirror tool. Yeah, the problem is like, I want there to be like in the shop. There's one that looks like that. That does all this. Maybe we just make a bunch. Give them names. Because otherwise they will truly be random. Group D emitter. There it is. The D emitter. I want to turn this on, but I'll give it like no thing and no stroke. So it's invisible, but it's there for us. Problem is now we're like, are we going to try and pack these all into a atlas to use? Are we going to make archetypes for all of these? Or is it true random? Too genie or not too genie? Man, next time I'm using an engine. The D emitter, and what about the X emitter? My X emitter. So this has like that. It's an X emitter. And then this one is like a east-west emitter. Have one shape as a stencil, render circle using stencil and bake your emitter shapes on a knit. Oh, bro, that sounds hard. Are you talking about doing this in the engine? Building things, systems. North-south emitter. The reason I don't want to make stuff like this, the reason I'm worried about this is if this just is a bad idea. Then you bake it in and it's like, oh, that's not fun. Yeah, I'm not that smart. Perhaps we can do like... we just draw the emitters and then inside the emitters this is going to be an index, and the actual emitter equals shop. We didn't actually get the shop, did we? Shop. Shop dot emitters index. And then for direction in emitter dot directions, rect emitter rect genie dot rect center around the I would say rect center equals genie dot rect center of the rect. So this is middle of the rect. Emitter rect centered around the rect center. And the size is like 10 by 10. It's probably too big. The rect center. Oh. Figuring out the offsets is going to be offset equals cell direction edge offset. These are, oh, we can just get this and use them. If you just make this like direction vector and have them as vec2s, direction vector of the direction, that's the normalized thing times the rect size. How big is the rect? Oh, it's the size of the rect. We can say width times the scale, yeah, plus offset. Dot rect, draw 2D rect. The emitter rect, the color is Indian red. And that's it. So it will do nothing because we haven't made any emitters. But we need to call this draw emitter shop roll content. So maybe we'll make a little button. Why don't you include in your engine's rect a center property to get XY since you keep on using it more than once? Include in your engine's rect a center property. No, I don't want the rect to get any bigger. What's faster? This math? or more storage. In fact, let's make this inline. Or storing a vec2 on every rect you ever deal with. I don't know. Math is very fast. Math is faster than memory. Maybe? I don't know. I'm reaching a little bit. Title reroll rect equals genie.rect cut right of the shop rect. The title bar rect by 100 times the scale. I think the game jams with the engine are good to like figure out what the issue is, what the issues are. Sorry, and then when we draw, this is draw title bar, and then draw 2D reroll rect. Did I make a thing? Did I? I did. And we'll do the same. We'll see what happens. What's going on in the world? Weird noise outside. The wind, maybe. Perfect. Little reroll rect there. Then points and reroll. And this is in the reroll. Roll. Maybe we can make it a little bigger. And then when we do this, where is the title bar? Okay. Roll hovered equals genie.point and rect. Hey, wait. Refresh. Why is this? Oh, sorry, I was missing these. Assuming the center property is 64-bit double, then even if you have 100,000 of these rects being tracked, you're only adding 800 kilobytes worth of total to your memory usage. Worth it. Would depend. How big is the rect already? The rect is pretty small. So this is 4 bytes times 2. And this is 4 bytes times 2 as well. So they are pretty small. So yeah, you could have a center. Maybe this is revolutionary. Adding the center to a rect. Title reroll rect. 64 bits. You can pack 4 bytes in 32. Wow. I mean, they're already, how many of them, how big are they? They're floats. So 16 bytes. So you can fit 4 of them on a cache line, whatever that means, if that makes a difference. But we're not actually iterating through lots of rects, really. I mean, that, okay, to be clear, this whole UI rectangle system is very new. We'll just say color equals roll hovered question mark big dot hovered color, shop hover color, otherwise config dot shop background color. I did make some sort of button widgets. In fact, I made some button widgets, but they're in the Daisy Trains game itself, so I'll just do this by hand. So if roll hovered and Genie dot is mouse button press dot mouse button left, edit UI blocking. Revolutionize then shop roll content. Color equals config shop text color. I don't know. Roll. Okay. So how was I calculating this random? Offset equals direction vector times rect width times scale. So these rects should be squares, though there's not anything to say that they are squares right now. It's been the biggest advantages or disadvantages. The biggest advantages are ergonomics of like project management, build system, like everything outside the coding got a lot easier. Managing multiple projects and whatnot got a lot easier. Making files, like say you want to take a piece of this and put in another file, you just do it. As long as it's within the same package, like no header file, dependency, order, no two files for every file. That sucks. I hated that. So yeah, lots of stuff outside the language itself, the general way you use it in your project, like the build system. And then the language itself just kind of does, it just sort of seems to have what I need and not really anything else. So it's just, seems to be made to do work with. It feels easy to like do stuff. It feels easy to just do stuff. This seems like it's times 2. Why are we multiplying this by the rect width? Oh yeah. I don't know why this is... What happens if I just do the offset over 2? They seem like they're doing stuff. Doubles are more expensive to compute than floats, and GPU works best with floats. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's a game dev thing, but like I rarely use F64s, unless it's the only thing that really does is the Genie clock. Calculates in 64 bits. So this is another thing where it's going to do this afterwards. So we kind of need to do this twice. So this draws the rect. And then we don't need to draw the rect, but we do need to draw these little emitters. Direction vector times rect width times scale. And then offset minus equals vec2 of 5 and 5. Is this doing anything? I think that's bad. Yeah. Huh. Let's just times this by 0.8. Okay, so now they're within their little things. This is incredible design. Whoa. And maybe to verify, this is where we need like tooltips. 20 by 20 and give them a let's also make just the outline. Oh, that's the rounding. This is like a weird thing, huh? It's hard to determine which one is which a little bit at a glance. Maybe when we draw the emitter rect, okay, should there be a uniqueness filter? All right, well, I don't know. I think, yeah, it's interesting, eh, that, wait. Oh, it's not. It's repeating them. Column index. So the index actually got to be out here. Roll. Hey, stop that. Shop emitters index. For rect and column, for column and emitter dot columns, index is this. Roll. Okay. It has to have at least one. Not much of an emitter. So how do we give it, like, maybe we say roll a random first direction. So random dot choice enum. Look at that. Is that a thing? T type ID is direction. requires the results first direction random choice enum, and then we can say emitter dot directions plus equals direction, first direction, and then maybe it's like diminishing returns. We can say chance equals 0.5 and then chance and then we can say chance times equals 0. Half the chance. You know what I mean? Is that a thing? Roll. Okay, this seems like too high a chance. 30% chance. %, chance. %, chance. Okay, what if it is a 0% chance? Everyone should have one random direction. Yeah. That's quite low. So like multi-directional ones are rare. Interesting. So what if the emitter, instead of just a straight direction, what if it was like, I feel like you could have one of these. Baby sounds sad. I might go check on her. Alright dudes, I might take a break, go help with baby. I'll be back soon. Have some lunch and whatnot. Roll some emitters. Okay. Thanks everyone that dropped by for chatting. Baby human. Yeah, baby god. Alright. See you guys.